Freedom 35, 5, 5, 5.
Dude, start the podcast.
Wow.
Welcome, everybody. Freedom 35ers, Cardano NFT podcast, episode 83. Back into episode 84 for all the OGs out there. My name is Tommy. I go by TLWMY.
My name is TJ. I go by Lazy T.
And I'm the other Tom. I go by Lavish Bear.
Tonight, dun, 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 dun. House.
I was not expecting you to do that.
I wasn't ready for that either.
I was not ready for that.
Nice little spin
Game
on
of Thrones. Okay.
No, it's House,
copyright strike.
House
Targaryen.
Thompson. House Thompson. Tom 10?
First of his name.
Tom, you 10?
Which not at all. Not.
right.
I mean, you can see me. What are you talking about? Is this thing on? Is this
I
working?
didn't know if it was the light, the sun.
It's all natural, baby.
I like it, dude. Well, welcome, representing the house tonight. We got TJ. I don't know where he is in the world. He's on his VTN right now.
Where is he? Where is he? I don't know.
VTN over here, dialing in somewhere around the world. And I didn't fall in love, but I'm back from the rock show.
You didn't? Wow. Well, that's disappointing to hear. You didn't fall in love with the rock show.
I did. That was a lot of fun. And I'm back.
Honestly, it looked like it was fun. I was watching your personal Instagram stories. You knew all those songs that were popping through, and I actually listened to every single one you played.
Dude, it was we had a pretty good seats. We're down at the Blink-182 concert in Tampa on Monday night, and yeah,
Where
dude,
they
it was
playing?
Amalie Arena.
Oh, okay.
Where the lightning,
Yeah,
yeah, Amalie or whatever it is, Amalie Arena.
Sure.
Yeah, you were close, honestly.
Yeah, we were down on the floor. We bought tickets a while ago because I had missed out on them a few years back, so I was not missing it again. So that was fun. But yeah, I was dialed in even on the Monday because you guys were on the live stream holding it down, and
Holding it down.
I was dialed in on chat. Caught a little bit about what you guys were talking about, somewhat, maybe some derps. I don't know what else you guys were doing. Honestly, I didn't listen past that. But
Damn, what a dick, Adam.
I just did get a
We had
chance
some
to.
derps. We had the
Some derps.
pants. We had that Ape Society game. Did you see that?
We did, the
community
gameplay.
game on Steam.
Have you opened
I
and
did.
played it yourself yet, Tommy?
I have not done anything with that yet. I was too mesmerized by the derp community and what they were doing over there.
No, the derp art is dope.
Derp is derp. No, I did see the. Was this you playing it right here?
It was me
Ape
playing
Society?
it. I hopped in it. I loaded
this-
quick as shit. This is me playing.
Yeah, this is in the game right now.
Oh wow, okay. I thought this was like a little demo or something. So I had like emotes and everything. And actually, they did a really good job with like the lighting and stuff in here.
They did a great job. I mean, there was I showed a couple screenshots at first, and then like as we were kind of talking mid conversation, I just spontaneously threw up the game, and it actually loaded very quickly while we were streaming. So it actually worked out well to kind
Yeah,
of showcase it live and to see the running and all the stuff that they have offering to it.
dude,
Creating serverless is cool. You can create
this is
serverless.
actually really impressive for what it is.
Made by the community too. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't like this looks like something that would be made by the project as like, hey, this is what we're doing. This is our entire project is making a
Yep.
game. And like they're just like, no, this is just something you can get for free on Steam that the community just made for fun because they love Ape Society so much and just love being creative with Ape Society.
Dude, imagine like, people like from the community, like they gave the framework for it, and then they get to track some real game devs like, hey, you know what? We could really polish this for some stuff. Let's get some integration.
No,
like
you pull that sword out, let's get a battle
fight.
royale going.
That's
like
what I'm
TJ
saying.
said.
Yeah,
you know
battle
what I
royale
mean?
with the
Like, get
apes,
that sword
baby.
in his hands and start playing. Let's get a battle royale going.
Battle of the
man.
Apes. You already got the name for it. There you go.
what is it, Cavera or something like that is the name of it? Island of the Apes.
Island of the Apes, yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Dude, yeah, that's actually looked really good. That was a fun little. I'll have to go back and listen to that because that actually that's
Yeah,
pretty
you
dope.
could
It was
choose
a really
from
good
the
episode,
characters.
like a lot better than it usually is too. There was just something about it. We were just like extra on or something. I don't know.
Just
Not getting
crushing it.
distracted, interrupted, something. I don't know.
Tom came there. He got his hair brushed. He got the prison Tom shirt on. He was.
Nah, I think that's like not brushed.
Oh, all right. Well, hey, you got some good head of
My
hair.
hair's
Then,
still
right?
wet right now. I think it's still drying out. It's just extra frizzy. That's summertime hair.
Tom left me in the trenches taking grenades, and he left me for like
Oh
2
yeah, at
minutes.
one point we had some technical difficulties. A little rough. there.
TJ is holding it
That
down
was
by
surprise of
himself.
his life went like full screen on him. It's like, all right, thanks. Just going
Hey,
on like that.
How
no
is that?
problem.
How is that hosting?
I was gonna throw up OpenSea, bro. Yep, CNFT. Just start reading some shit on that, and I did for a little bit. I just kept kind of stuck with it, you know.
He's
We'll
some
talk about
material,
it.
dude.
That's
Yeah.
it. Easy
Oh,
material
nice.
right there.
Nice, dude. Yeah, it was a good little fun stream over there. I'll have to catch back up on it. I was just honestly, it was funny because I was tweeting back and forth, and I know Derpbird's community was jumping over there. It was fun to kind of see some of the artwork that they had because I was like, dude, I really want one of these things. And I have yet to go ahead and actually get a chance to get one of them, because I know they've been like going back and forth in the Discord. Like they keep upgrading over time. Like everybody's kind of like a watch party almost over there. But now seeing like some of these like longer down the lines, they've got like these other things they're tweeting about. Like there's like a marketplace and utility, like kind of like, did you guys get into any of that? Because I was interested in what this was.
I didn't. That's actually from a tweet from Tuesday, yesterday. So that was posted afterwards. So I didn't even see this, honestly.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because like some of the, it tells you like all the traits and what's like, you know, it's a very like,
that actually is really cool.
The gamified aspect of it definitely feels like, Tom, I think you were mentioning it briefly when I was in there, was that they've like tapped into the derpiness and like the goofiness of everything.
The face especially.
But it works.
I love it. I love these new preds. They're so sick.
Like they're fun. That's the thing, is they're fun.
Cool. I like
yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's nothing out there like that.
They've managed to continue that. Like they've captured that continuously through each like drop they've done.
Yeah, like dumb shit like this to me, like it's hilarious. But then you got this little guy with like a little eyeball, like a flies, and he's like looking down, like
Rez's gift, Sloth and Goonies.
So it's like I've heard that from a few people.
That's so good though. It's funny. Yeah, and I'll have to get into the Derp stuff, and we'll have to get Dave on. I know you mentioned he wanted to come back on, so we'll have to make that happen.
Great for sure.
Yeah, dude. Like you said, your boy was over there, just catching back at the rock show over here from T. This brought me back. I was literally the whole time was just like kind of jamming out. I'm like, you know what? This reminds me like definitely of our childhood right here. This CD.
100%. Take your pants off and jacket, bro. That's a wrote in the comment there.
Take off your pants and jacket. What a clever name. They thought that's probably hilarious back then that they were able to just get away with that.
Well, I just like that all of the band, everyone was there from the original band. That's what I thought was cool.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I wanted to go anyway in the first place. So, but yeah, that was fun. Good catch up on Monday night, and yeah, it was weird being off for the first time in a while.
It wasn't weird at all. Actually, like Tom said, it flowed even better. Honestly, you know,
I'm gonna have to go back and give that a little bit of a
listen.
listen.
We've ever had, to be honest.
Yeah,
I can't. I'm not sure it was different.
While we're here, quick shill. If you guys haven't yet, give that video a nice like, and if you're not subbed yet, give us a sub right there on that right above you guys.
Especially if you'd like to talk in the live stream. If you want to hang out in the live stream and talk and chat with us, you have to be able to do. You got to be subscribed.
That's right.
Yeah,
very true.
Subscriber only mode now. I mean, that's not too much to ask, right? Just sub for us and come hang out with us on the live stream for a little bit.
That's it.
I saw Granddad Crypto over there. I love that he just dials into the chat all the time, and also in the live stream comments.
I loved it.
Or in the actual comments, man. So yeah, shout out to all our people over there who hang out with us on these nights. You guys are holding down some viewers actually that night.
We were. It was good. A good time.
Good fun.
Chat was active too.
Difficulty.
Yeah. Dude. Well, speaking of, we kind of touched on this, and just to do a quick follow-up, because I figured this would be a nice little way to dial this back in, was the JPEG store. We talked about it being like a Blur 2.0 last week on the podcast, and sure enough, they snuck in a little announcement that had everybody all up in a little roar at the end there. The way they did that was JPEG Store's Season 1's out now, and they dropped this little nugget right down here. This little, oh, by the way, due to regulatory uncertainty in the U.S. and Canada, which is sadly we're out of our control, we're forced to implement IP-based geolocation checks that only allow individuals outside these territories to convert their XP to JPEG. Thanks for hanging with JPEG and buying.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of
said we're from Florida, but we're actually all from Costa Rica. Just make sure that's
I don't know. I don't know. I'm definitely in told you I'm in Cyprus, actually. You know. These days I'm incorporated there. So I don't know what you guys are talking about. But no, dude, I figured we kind of talked about it, right? We were like, yeah, most people kind of assume this after seeing the whole Blur thing. If you're familiar with that, like just because of they're doing this to cover their own ass, right? In case that something backtracks and the US is like, yeah, actually, no, you can't do that. And then they just get screwed. So they dump the liability on the user at that point. And a lot of people, we all saw like obviously VTN over here, VPN, like, right? Like, well, if you really want that, there's ways to get around geolocation checks. Not saying to endorse that.
We're endorsing that. No, we don't know. We don't know what they're doing.
Not saying
there are ways. What do you mean? I think there's ways.
Ways of what? What do you
explain to me step by step one way?
We just can't get it
because there's no way.
There's not.
Just explain
not one single way.
Step by step. If you could write it out for me as well. Like
there's Yeah,
Chat GPT.
there's no way that we can Google how to work around this on the website. We can't look that up.
If only you could be anywhere
If
in the
only
world at any time. We'll have to figure that out. But no, yeah, so the season's actually live right now. Leaderboards are up. Did you guys look at any of the leaderboards?
I opened
I
it,
did.
but I don't. It's not like I'm like, oh yeah, cool, Chevron. I know
Yeah.
Chevron.
You know,
Go
Chevron on a
Chevy.
pickle?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Good old steak. 1U XDM2 FCLF. Yeah, no.
Well, so they've got like the all-time XP separated versus what you earn this season, and obviously the double XP thing is active right now, and 1 XP equals 1 JPEG, I guess is how they're working it, or 1 ADA equals 2 XP over here.
So
for the way you earn stuff,
and that's only when you do it within this first season window, not anything prior, right?
No. So the way that the Pat, you're talking about the claim of all your volume prior to this season.
Yeah.
That
was already
that's
like
all. That's
1-to-1.
1-to-1 for a
Got
1
it. That's
ADA.
what I figured it
Yeah,
was.
equals 1 XP. Which if that's the case, I really got to go back and evaluate myself.
Well, I wasn't sure.
I
wasn't sure if
all
they were
these are
doubling
right now
it.
too. It's just there's 2 XP just for this little period.
Yeah, that's what I think it is now. Yeah.
Well, because when you go there and look at it, it tells you can look at the seasonal leaderboard, or you can look at XP. That I'm using one of my wallets right now, the little Sneaky Pete over here. He's 1932 XP on the season, which is doubled up. And then all-time XP is this, so it separates that. So, but it's obviously gets added up, including this XP earned this season too. So,
if you have sold and bought 289,000 worth of ADA, is that what that's telling me?
If that's what that's telling me, that's really scary. Yeah,
you don't you wish you had that ADA right now?
I don't even know what that dollar value is. I mean, if you think about that, what is that? 2 years cumulative, like 2.5 or 1.5 years, I guess technically.
I mean, if you think about this, Tommy, put this in perspective. If it was in 2021, that'd be like 560 grand.
Yeah,
right?
What's that? That's not the case, right? Because ADA, when we were trading JPEG, ADA was just over $1 at that time. I think when JPEG came online. And then obviously it dropped all the way down. So now here's where we're at. So I don't know. Well, I don't know what that math is right now. 280.
Don't worry about it. You don't want to look at it. Yeah.
It's a lot of fruit bucks,
Yeah.
A lot of fruit bucks.
Don't have it. It's not real. Don't look at it.
But dude, there's some people though that are just like super up there that are, we figured this, I don't know. We were kind of interested. They didn't go the route with the geolocation on this. I figured this would just kind of die out. So I think going that route kept the pipe up. The overall guy at Taki over here, 2.5 million XP. That's pretty crazy stats. But yeah, everybody kind of figured this would kind of like kick off like a little NFT run, which in some cases I've seen a lot more collection offers sell. People are more active on the trading market in general right now, just because I think they want to take advantage of this. And I think most people are kind of under the assumption of like, yeah, I want to claim whatever it is, and who knows what that actual value for JPEG will be once it's all done. But if there's a way for people to go ahead and get some sort of value out of it, of course they're going to go ahead and do it. But it has shifted a little bit of money, I think, or volume back over into the marketplace.
It also JPG updated their website as far as the top collections right here, because it kept throwing me off where they had the order of where everything is, like the volume, floor, and the owners now. So I kept looking at it. I kept looking at the volume as the floor. Like even just now I did it. I said Salty Seagulls as a 1144 floor. I'm like, holy shit, when did they pump? But that's the volume. Like literally as you were looking, I was just looking at it now. I was thinking,
that's because the new stuff is powered by Tap Tools over here too. That was another announcement. So all these stats are coming from Tap Tools, which actually is so you're seeing some of the top things all combined. That's I mean, it's going to make JPEG a tough competitor for anybody who else. I know this, we've had that conversation about marketplaces, but they're really dialing into like being the number one go-to for everything right now. So interesting stuff over here with JPEG, and we'll see what gens end up with at the end of this, and if it's going to be worth it or not. I'm casually trading right now. We'll see what happens. Boost the XP up a little bit.
Just a little casual.
Just a little cash. Speaking of degens over here, House of Titans. Honestly, though, I seriously, before we even got onto this, I thought the name of the project was House of Degens. Like I'm dead serious. Like that's what I thought the name of this was. But House of Titans is what it is. And Tom, you remind me over here of your Tom Tans. House Tom Tan over here. Without knowing what this is at all, Tom, nobody knows what this is, honestly. It's just they've just dropped different previews of artwork over here.
Definitely got the people going though.
It's got DGens going right now. Some people have compared it to the D-Gods of Cardano, as far as the artwork style goes.
Damn, House of DGen's such a better name for it because they're not even all Titans.
Right. Well, I don't know what so what I'm getting out of this, right? You got a human, you've got an ape that they dropped the preview of today over on this Wednesday, and then they've got like this robot looking thing. So they're different body types or whatever you want to call it. So, and I'm assuming this has got to be like either a
you
one.
wouldn't call him a Terminator, and the one below it a monkey.
Okay. I guess it's like a skull Terminator. Sure.
Yeah, it's like a Terminator with his face ripped
I really like the art, honestly.
The artwork's dope. I mean, I don't have a problem with the artwork. I don't know. I thought somebody asked if these were one-of-ones. I think they asked it on the monkey one. This one, remember Shiny? Shout out to Shiny way back when. Remember he had an ape. I forget the name of the project even now. The monkey.
Was it Cardano Apes?
No, it wasn't Cardano Apes.
I know what you're talking about though.
Yes, but that reminds me of them a little bit, and it still gives me the vibe of
I just think of
Jumanji.
That's I just think of Jumanji kid.
Instant Jumanji vibe.
Yeah.
But yeah, somebody had asked them over here on Twitter. They're like, "Hey, is this a one-on-one?" And they write no. So that's good to know, I guess. But yeah, I can see they're releasing the different body types, and then even this one right here. Remember a throwback? For some reason, I don't know why this reminds me. Remember Stone Age Hooligans? Way back when.
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of this a little bit too. Like
what was the other one? The
CNFT
connoisseur had that one forever.
Oh, the
DJ and Crypto Club.
Crypto Club. Yeah.
This one, I mean,
it looks dope. It looks way more clean.
Like I saw, this is a good. I mean, honestly, it's a good PFP. The bucket and everything looks dope. Even the tattoo on the art looks sick.
Yeah, no, I don't have a problem with the artwork at all. The artwork looks clean. I think that's why obviously it's getting the attention that it's getting right now. People are kind of wondering like, hey, what's the scope of this? Are all these going to look like this, or is this kind of like that's why somebody was asking one-of-one or not?
Yeah.
But
fair question.
I mean, obviously this
that looks like a one-of-one to me.
Then this also kind of tells me more of like it has a more D-God kind of style to it. Right here. So I guess we'll see what happens, but there's no other info. There's no Discord.
There's those 3 pictures. Yep.
3 pictures. They're dropping more and more stuff. They joined back in February. So I'm interested to who's behind this right now. I'm still trying to figure that out, but it's artwork is one thing, right? It definitely attracts a different, like that type of community who's looking forward to it. That's part of the, I guess why we maybe gave like Tappy kind of a little like a bit of shit with this is because yes, you guys have an amazing product. Okay, whatever. Most people you're like, hey, this artwork kind of sucks a little bit, but I
agree. I was in on that as well. Yeah.
But the problem with it is like even though you have an amazing product that everybody uses, people still would it would be so much better if it had shit like this behind it. It would be even more crazy of a collection if you guys went with work like this. So now, people are obviously got an eye on it. And then if these guys come out and do absolutely nothing as far as like community, this thing will die real quick as well. So I'm curious to see what will happen, who's behind this and what their plan is outside of just, the artwork itself. So, and I think they tread a very fine line right now where they're building the hype. And if they make a wrong move when it comes to like, hey, we're actually this, and everybody's just like, nah, not a fan of that. Or it's such like it gotta be a hard like tightrope, right? Like the more hype you build up, and then the project is either amazing, like what people are at least hyping up to be amazing, or people are just like, yeah, never mind, that's not what I want. So
I will say though, I don't say refreshing because we've seen this before, but it's nice to see it come back. Project doing this kind of like just kind of drip feed us with pictures that not tell us anything more. Like I like that ominous kind of vibe to it.
Build the hype.
I like the artwork. I mean, I remember I started following when they were about 400 followers on there. They have 2,000 now, so I'm very excited to see and hopeful to see where this goes because the artwork, like you said, it really is good. It's a good PFP. Their marketing, I think, as kind of teasing us with these images here. So I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, Tom, what are your thoughts? Anything you like this? Nah. Good. Yeah.
I agree on especially the marketing. It's kind of like getting people talking about it without like feeding it anymore. Just leaving the people wanting more.
Exactly.
That's smart. Be curious to see what they end up doing though. Now it's, we've gotten this basic information. We'll see where they take it.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the comments right now. Everybody's just fire, fire. Looks like DeGods. So they're responding to people too. So they're active. We'll see how they want to ramp this up in this kind of a market. But yeah, if they keep sneak peeks like this coming and the artwork's consistent in this kind of style where it's got enough draw to it, then I think this could be something that's going to get people excited. What it actually is, though, that's the fine line that you walk, and we'll see if it's actually got any substance behind it. Other things going on right now is Project Catalyst is a huge thing going on inside the Cardano space right now. You got Fund 10 that's proposal. It's a big topic.
Got a couple
going
people
on.
ask for a little bit of money.
Did they accept our proposal so we can all three quit our jobs?
Yeah, guys, please fund us.
Can you please fund us? To just
please
retire?
fund us so we can retire. Did they
do this full time?
or no?
We'll do this full time for you.
Yeah,
just full time. You can see us like so much. Just
we'll
get a studio.
Yeah, we'll be the Cardano podcast
over here. We'll even live sleep stream from the studio.
Oh, just full 24/7. Just go. Yeah. We'll buy a house with the funds, and then we'll all just be streaming 24/7
the entire uptime.
Yeah. Ooh, I don't know if anybody wants to see that. But this is making waves across the community, and Ape Society over here this got a lot of attention because they dropped this tweet yesterday saying we are making the Cardano wallet, not just the Cardano wallet. We're making the Cardano wallet, emphasized, and they linked over their Catalyst idea to go ahead and vote for it. So if you guys aren't familiar too much, I'm not big onto the Catalyst either, but essentially that's part of staking your ADA. You can go vote for different Catalyst proposals where they allocate certain ADA to different things to fund them. It's in a way to pretty much keep building and growing the community. And Ape Societies look at this, and then I've been listening to some spaces and just getting general feedback, is that there's a lot of wallets out there. There's a ton of wallets out there on the Cardano side, but there's not one where they've kind of solved the all-in-one problem of it. They're like, hey, we're very dialed into what the actual NFT community wants, not only on the UI front, but on just all the, people like Cardano Shield, who holds a ridiculous amount of NFTs, and his wallets always bug out or they don't sync or something like that, so they're trying to they understand the problems of NFT holders, and obviously they've done very well on the NFT side. They've got Levy Finance as well. They're going for the all-in-one. So they're like, hey, we think we can tackle this, and we're looking for your support. This is outside of the actual Ape Society roadmap. This is something that we're asking for funding for to do separately, which I don't even know how the hell they got time to do any of this stuff. But
yeah, I mean, one thing about them though, they always produce quality. Right. So everything they have come out with so far, everyone seems to really love and enjoy to use. So I am curious to see what their wallet is going to set them aside from the other ones. Like you said, we have a ton so far, and I know Vesper is doing really, really well, and people really like that one. They're really starting to transition to the Vesper. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious to know what they offer as being the Cardano wallet to be. And like I said, to set themselves aside from all the other ones.
Yeah. They were kind of just like, everything does a little bit of something, but not everything does and it's not the all-in-one. And I know there's all different flaws to everything. Like they're talking about using the single address versus the multiple address, where I know Eternal has that, right? But Nami has the single address. And so they're utilizing things like that, just all different feedback coming in from just all the different users out there. Obviously being able to create a mobile wallet, creating a DApp connectable that, connects all our marketplaces and everything, for different DeFi and DApps that you use it with. And I guess built-in invisible UTXO management. So whatever errors are going on, they kind of will hide that in the background within transfers and transactions, so you don't see any of that. And then first-class branding is what they're saying. So, and then as far as easy staking, they've got a bunch of different stuff you can go check out. We can go link the proposal if we want. But I'll be
the technical side of this. If they can use their mobile app on all of these desktop-only mints, that would solve a big, huge problem. At least for me personally, and I would bring my laptop in the car and use it as a hotspot. Whereas I could just use the wallet, connect to a website that Brave Dogs, for example, I can connect to their mint via my phone or their wallet. If they can solve that problem with the mobile, that'd be
I know that's what they're planning on. right?
Well,
That's what
you
they
can do that
propose.
already. You can do that with Vesper. You can do that even with Flint
With
currently.
on the site, are you sure? On any of
Yeah,
these minting ones?
I mean, not maybe not every single website, but like I know even me, I downloaded a Flint wallet just to try that out recently, and yeah, it has the browser and the wallet on the phone, and you can actually go to the website and then
Didn't know
click
that.
connect. Yeah, so you can do that. So that's what I'm saying. Like there's a lot of this information that we're all talking about. A lot of people don't even know that some of it, and with what people have been doing this for a while. Are so that's why it's not very been communicated. It's not widely shared, and that's why people are like, Vesper is awesome. We're like, well, I don't even know what Vesper does yet.
I've been seeing that in a lot in the
Yeah.
thread that the Ape Society posted. That's most have been the responses. Like a lot of the things that you're kind of proposed is like, we have this on these platforms, and I know they're saying, hey, we don't have this all in one yet. But some of the one features that are missing from the wallets that do that aren't really make or break use kind of cases for wallets, or some things that like I don't know. It's just I just think like, what's their, is it just to contribute to the community? And then like you said, how do they have the time for that? Is that a good allocation of their time and their resource that time is, as opposed to working towards our own project? Because how is this going to advance the actual project side, or other
They're
than
saying
getting some name and some hype out there?
they're like contracting like a different company to do like the UI, or they have a contracting company that does like the UI, UX, all that management of all that stuff, and they've got it in their proposal saying it's basically a 7-month process to do this. And they kind of break it all out as far as, the development is going to take 4 to 6 months, which is the majority of it. And then the different month, it tells you how much, timing and stuff, all this is going to take. I don't know. I hear what you're saying too, Tom. Like, hey, it's just going to take away. But if if they're saying now this isn't going to bother what we got going on, and we can run this in conjunction with that, then I mean, sure, that works. And I don't think that they would do that to their own community and what they're building unless they felt that they could do that. Like putting this on like the pedestal of like what they're.
I don't think they would do it if they felt that, but that doesn't mean that's not the case. Is more my concern. Like,
right.
It's just you get into that water of like taking on more than you can handle without realizing it. You don't usually know that until you're already fucking knee deep in it. It's
right.
not like beforehand anyone's like, oh, this is way more than I'm capable of taking on at one time, but I'm still going to move forward with it because that'd be a good idea. Like it's usually the opposite, where you're like, no, we can do everything at once. I'm a superhuman and I don't need sleep. And then you get in and you're just like, I am way too deep in all of these and I haven't slept in 5 days. What's going on?
Yeah. I mean, it could be the case, but from what I understand with their team, I mean, it sounds like I'm
not saying it would be. I just, you just don't. It's just that's the only concerns I see coming up from that. I mean, that's great to hear that they have that other team coming in. It's more just.
I'm a
I
child.
agree with TJ too when it comes down to that other side of just like how there's other teams working on this.
Yeah.
I think there's other people that have like focused on this as well that also, know of these problems, know what NFT holders want. Like you said, have worked and made mobile side apps already, which fixes a lot of challenges for a lot of people in this space. It's just not having the mobile side. And I think, they're also capable of handling that. I don't, I could even seeing like if they have a team that could do this, like, oh, we'll talk to these people that are doing this already, or it just seems weird.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like with the Wave Society, they've always constantly delivered. Has never been like, hey, you guys never hit the mark. They've always, if anything, they've always kind of innovated from what way more than what we originally ever thought they were going to be. Monkeys with funny names, right? That was where we started with them, and here they are. They're about to take on the number one, if they haven't already, the number one volume in NFTs right now for Cardano. So.
You guys both said it. I'm a child. You guys are both like do like in your sentence. I just kept like laughing to myself. You guys both
that's
said
doo-doo, baby.
I'm just like I'm 7.
If I would have heard that, I would have done the same thing.
Tom said it first, and then literally 2 minutes later, you said it, and I chuckled again to myself.
Tom over here got me earlier before the stream even got going, but he came over here with reflects it.
Reflects it. No, that was on recorded. We got that on recording.
Oh, we do actually. Yeah, maybe that's a clip. Maybe we'll see where that is. We'll see what that comes out. But this was a tweet that went out today by somebody inside the community, and which later was addressed in a Twitter space. I thought very professionally by Josh and Elle over at Reflect. Is it reflect? If it reflects it, it looks like RFLXT.
That's what they did. They reflected it.
Reflects it. I'm just gonna call them reflects it from now on. But RFLXT.
I like reflects
Brexit.
it better. That's great.
It's like
Reflects
Brexit.
it's so easy to say.
I think of Brexit. So
maybe it
that
is
doesn't
reflects, and
sound
we're just stupid. We don't even know what we're saying. But this got attention over here with, again, back to the Catalyst funding over here, where they were, I guess, put out a few proposals, essentially in the tune of asking for 5.8 million plus ADA from the front end.
we would only need like half of that, guys, to retire. I mean, come on.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's not that much, right? But the part that drew, you know, I guess attention to the community was who the team is behind Reflects, or I got them, they're Reflects it over here, and you've got Hoskinson at the helm, the founder and chairman of the you know, of Cardano, the board for IOHK, and then you've got Josh is part of this as well, and then a few other people. But they saw Hoskinson here, and people were like, "Oh, well, he's just, you know, he's asking for funding from his own stuff. Why can't he just fund this himself?" Other people in the community were like arguing, "Well, that's the whole point of this catalyst in the first place, is that, you know, IOHK is not the Cardano Foundation, so they have to apply like everybody else. That's the beauty of this, and it has to be voted on and approved." So they drew a lot of attention over here, and then the bigger issue became of, okay, well, what the hell is Reflects It over here? And what are they doing? Like, what are they actually doing with this money? And it became a whole thing on Twitter. And then I love this just because I was telling you guys earlier on this tweet thread from underneath this guy who posted it, but everybody was just like, what does Cardano Whale think about this? He goes, I don't know. What does the president of the United States think about this? And then what does somebody's like, what does Elle think about it? What's Kim Kardashian? And then somebody wrote, what does Ja think? And I'm like, where is Ja?
I don't really said that. What is Ja think? That's amazing.
Yeah, that's the there are 2 legs on there, but that's all. That was a funny little thing that came out of that this morning, and that's what got me like kind of interested in like the conversation, because I was reading through this, and this got prompted Elle and Josh Miller over there from there to do a Twitter space and address it head on inside the community, and I was listening in for a little bit. And upon the community feedback, they essentially pulled all the proposals away from the Catalyst, from Catalyst for now, to kind of go back to the drawing board. They basically were saying like, hey, the community doesn't know who we are yet. We actually need to show who we are and what we're working on in depth. So that's why we decided to pull it, and not because we're not ready. But it's, I guess the feedback was the lack of knowing what we are, possible issues with association with IOG, wave warrant, and more talk. And now they're going back to the drawing board on this. So
yeah, I mean, I don't know what they are or what they were doing.
Well, so to me, I had no idea either, and he kind of cleared it up a little bit, and now it makes a little bit more sense to me. But essentially, like, they're like going after like the gaming kind of community, and the way that they're doing that is they're kind of like the organizer, like the head of the honcho of getting everybody together, kind of like the manager almost, where in a sense they're going after different developers or different game makers and stuff, or popular games that that are already made, and they're going after the licensing rights to them. And by getting those licensing rights, they can actually tweak the game to make new games or create new characters, but with the same game model, and then putting them on this blockchain here, and essentially making, implementing the tech behind the scenes so that you don't even know you're using the NFT stuff, but it's a fun game that's already established, that already has a community, and that's what they're doing. They're finding people like that to bring to this platform, and kind of like being like the organizer. Like
basically taking a game like, say, Fortnite, and they're turning it into an NFT style game.
Yeah, say like somebody who had the license rights to like Tetris or something like that. Like, hey, you got the license rights. We're gonna make a Cardano Tetris. It's gonna be like different, like more paper, like what is it? Dr. Mario, something like that, right?
Okay.
Like, yeah, something along those lines, where it's like in a game that's already fun, that's already established, and then because it's already got a fan base behind it, but now it's out over here. So that was part of the rating, which I didn't know that at all.
See, that's my thing with these licensing thing, even with the book thing. Like, what is going to stop them from playing the free version that they could just play themselves online or these websites? And what's going to draw them to go to the Web3 side and use an NFT to play it when they could just play it for free?
That's kind of, a lot of people were asking him about that. Like, why don't you just go like, hey, Epic is starting to get more into the NFT size. Fortnite has the audience that you guys are looking for. Like, why wouldn't you approach somebody with that? Like, hey, we're building
that makes a lot of sense.
we have the tech, we understand the tech on how to implement the actual stuff on our side. You guys have the IP and you have the community behind it. Why don't we approach and work on a partnership together with you guys in order to bring this here? Kind of thing. And he's like, well, there's a lot of like red tape when it comes to the gaming industry, obviously all the license, different agreements and contracts and things like that. He goes, we're still years out from even being able to crack that conversation just because of the gaming model. But they're trying to get the ball rolling. It sounds like they are very much in the early stage of everything. There's nothing really built yet when it comes per se. So I think that's part of the reason too why everybody was just like, yeah, or why they were just like, all right, we're gonna pull back a little bit. Let's get to the drawing board, explain a little bit better who we are, what we're doing and why we're doing it, instead of just asking for a bunch of stuff and then the community backlash. And that is one thing I'll give them. And I know big shout out to Eldo too, honestly, in this space today. He actually was very professional and held it down and kept a good thing running. It was very for all the negativity surrounding this topic over here, they actually did a very good job about handling it from like a PR perspective.
I still say, I said this to you guys before we started, and I'll say it again, like, that wasn't ready. You guys came here asking for this kind of money. You don't have these answers. You're gonna just take a step back and get them now. That's just like, what's going on? This is stuff like you proposed this. You got to bring all that to the table. Why is this not prepared? I mean, good that they handled it professionally, but like, why is it just now being handled? Why is all this stuff not available when you're asking for that kind of money? I mean, that catalyst proposal looked pretty detailed. There's a lot to read through there, but these other questions seem pretty straightforward and basic too. And it's kind of wild that they're like, oh, we need to take a step back now. It's like,
to me, if I would have been like, hey, we hear what you guys are saying, we'll take all this feedback, we'll address it and talk it, but we're not going to pull our thing, because that if they were really truly at that design, like the stage where they felt like they were at. So this to me just tells me that like you said, Tom, I don't necessarily think they had really thought this fully through, outside of the overall concept as a start. I think they have a start there. They didn't have the in-depthness of it.
Well, I don't question their integrity either, but you know what I mean? It just kind of gets that in your head where it's like, oh, so now what happens if we like say yes, give you this money, and then 6 months in you go, you know what, we're going to take a step back again and like figure things out. It's like, you got like $5 million now. What's going on? Like, it's just going to happen again? Or are we going to have another pivot where you go totally different direction? It doesn't inspire a whole lot of confidence when this isn't prepared up front and they're asking for that kind of funds.
Exactly. So we should start a catalyst fund to get us retired. We don't need much, right? We don't need 5 million.
We got an idea.
Maybe 2.5.
That
after
honestly,
taxes.
Tom, what you just summed up though is the like 90% of NFT projects. These guys ask for all this money up there, and then what the fuck do they do with it? Oh, by the way, now we got to do something. We got the money.
But the way that those projects get funded are a little bit different. It's a little bit more in the hands of individual holders, or not completely individual. I mean, it's a scattering of the wallets, but it's smaller pieces being invested by a collective to reach that final number. So they do at least have to get through that gauntlet.
Too.
Well, they have to get through that gauntlet of building up at least the marketing correctly to where people buy it out. Otherwise, they're just not going to sell any. It's not just like, give me all of this in one big chunk. Thank you.
True. Yeah. And I think because we even like alluded to that with like Tap Tools back then, is that Tap Tools in Fund 9 actually received funding to build. And that's how they were able to develop what they developed before having the NFT sale to get to the next like leg up over there. So it's an important thing to have, is that if you give people this money over here, it's not, you trust that it's going into good hands to be able to develop something that's already established, and they're going to be able to deliver, not just, hey, we've got a really cool idea, give us this money and we're going to see if we can make it work, kind of thing. And I think that's
what I'm saying. That's what it takes to get catalyst funding. It's like, fuck, let me get my notebook out. We'll start going through some ideas here.
Well, if you look
at they didn't work out. Well, I had to pay myself salary as I was working on it. Sure, it was $200K a year and whatever.
Yeah, well, that's what a lot of that stuff people are asking for, like paying for like audits for things, or people are asking for like some of the dumbest things ever. Okay, I need to go to school today, to pay for my college course or whatever it is, because I'm studying to be a blockchain expert, but in the meantime I got bills, so can you guys pay for that? And there's like that, there's some dumb ones that are out there like that. where they're kind of just using it as almost like a free handout.
I
Like,
need
hey,
to try all the Lay's and
So
Pringles
I
potato
should.
chips, please. Can you please fund me to sit on the couch and do this important study?
yes,
I'll
yeah,
rate them 1 out of 17.
it's definitely needed. I cannot do it on my own. But yeah, that's part of like kind of like the part with Catalyst too is that the more I think you have to have a certain number of 8, I forget the exact amount, like to even be able to vote. That's also like if people, big corporations or stuff that want to get their stuff passed, who's not to say these people don't just create thousands of wallets, dump enough ADA into all of them so they have enough votes to be able to upvote their stuff. That's
possible.
there's yeah, that's the other part about that where it's a little hard to really, is it truly decentralized, which that opens up a whole other can of worms when it comes to the conversation. But
so buckle and tie, we're about to go into 2 hours of conversation.
No, man, we ain't doing that tonight. You know what, Tom, that requires a little bit maybe of a thread.
Thread.
This is what it looks like. Oh shit, I never.
This is Twitter,
have you seen this
showcasing it over here.
Oh, okay, I see. All right.
So yeah, I posted this
That's
over
what I'm saying.
on Twitter.
This is what it looks like. That's a picture. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what it looks like. Have you seen this, TJ?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen the thread at all.
Yeah, so we made a little thread. Threads have been the newest talk over on just shout out to
everything because Twitter,
Zuck over there.
Yeah, Papa Elon over there.
Was the bit rate limits, all that fun stuff that people are getting locked out of. They dropped this threads.net, which is pretty much like tied to like your Instagram account. It's coming from like the Facebook side of things. And the NFT degens have gotten over there, and us, I made us one over there, and I think I dropped it over on our minor announcements, just showcasing it, just kind of for fun. Didn't really know what it would be. But if you actually go on to the website versions, it's a lot more interesting than, it doesn't do it justice compared to the phone version. But it is, it's simple. It almost reminds you of like that simpler time when you went from like MySpace to like Facebook or something like that, where it was just like, hey, what are you doing today? Tommy is hanging out or is chilling. Like there wasn't much like step to it.
TJ, and then I would just put is chilling like an idiot. God,
Yeah.
I hate myself when I was younger.
Yeah, it was just dumb stuff. But people were kind of just like in its infancy stage of like posting something. And you can really get connected with like some people like early, like who people were early in. Like your visibility of those communities was pretty easy to be reached. But I figured, we made one of these. It's fun, and I loved it because there's like some NFT communities like Derp like we had posted. Now you guys didn't even know that over there on Monday they reposted all this stuff.
That I didn't see. That was the first time I heard that was.
Yeah, I just saw that just now. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's interesting over here and where this may go or may not go if they go decide. There's no like voice or anything like that. There's no spaces. It's all, but it's just a lot of content that people are posting. A lot of it
doesn't have all like the bullshit though. It doesn't have like all this trending
ads
for you and ads and promoted content and fucking out of context humans, out of context everything. Just bullshit like viral threads. Yeah, that gets you lost though, and you're just like, dude, I gotta put this phone down. This is so stupid. This can just be like, I just want to see my NFT projects that I follow. Cool. All right, all their posts right here in my feed. That's all I need to see. Not like. Not even sometimes like just the way that things get posted in the order, and it's just like, oh, this is interesting. Oh, this is 6 days ago. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, why does it do that? It drives me insane.
Algorithm.
Yep. And the threads part, like that's because obviously the threads is the name of it. The threads is actually really nice when you like actually quote tweet and do like a thread like this. I think it's dialed back to the Age Society, but it's just like you click on it and it just gets you back to your source material. The thread part of that actually works very well over here, where Age Society posted that. And everybody just quote threaded it. So it's very clean part of the UI, which there's a lot of the Cardano community over there. Shout out to all of them over there. But yeah, this was kind of fun because it allows us to post like just video content and stuff where you may not have actually seen it. Maybe we didn't post it on Twitter or something like that because we needed to be more like attracting like our target crowd or trying to seem a little more like in tune with what everybody's got going on. But here you can kind of just be like, yeah, this is who we are. We're just posting like our fun shit here.
No rules. Blasting nips.
Yeah, no hashtags, none of that fun. Blasting nips. I don't know about that.
Oh shit. Okay. I deleted a few posts.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, just like
no rules, just right.
Ooh, I like that post. When if you know, you know.
Yeah, see, these are like fun little posts. If you guys are not on Threads yet, go follow us over there.
Is that the whole video, or is that just the end?
That's just the
yeah.
gift.
We need to post that on Twitter too as a day. That should be a scheduled tweet.
Well, but see what I'm saying is that like we're having some fun. I posted back to our golden episode on a little TBT, a little throwback Thursday. Our fun little all our different. We need to actually do this again for our 100th episode.
Yeah, Tom,
or something.
100 now.
Yeah, you got to do 100 of these episode things. So we'll just pick up where the last one left off. I actually love that video.
No, that one had other shit in it. It had like our other.
I saw Full House in there from the 8 Army one.
You left that guy completely out of it. That was funny.
Yeah, that was good. But yeah, even TJ, like every Monday night on YouTube, we live, baby.
I love that.
And, like some just fun stuff like that. The dick.
You're an astronaut.
The Jackass one still gets me every time. That little intro.
That was so good.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah. So if you guys are interested on this, our first post was Freedom 35. Shout out to Clark Kent, dude. He's been grinding the Threads game hard. Like he's got like over 2.8 followers. Like, he's grinding hard, but it's like a grind out here. Like people just like comment, and if you comment on stuff or just like people's stuff, they like literally just like, all right, follow back, and then everybody's just kind of developing an audience. And I think, yeah.
It's so much cleaner looking than Twitter because, like Tom, you guys are saying all the stuff on the sides, all the ads and BS and what's trending shit.
I've sent Tommy that link like twice now to get the.
I never do it. Yeah,
to get the remove shit where you can just get all of that off your Twitter.
I want that gone. I hate it.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. And we're sitting here during a live stream. Tommy's showing his Twitter off, and like the trending topics are just like the most awful shit in the world.
Hey, you know what? It makes it
hashtag tons of slurs.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez. Yeah, dude. Shout out.
Do you guys still have a MySpace live active? Do you have an active MySpace?
No.
I wish we could pull.
Everyone needs to tell us that bullshit. Like, be careful what you post. You're gonna go get a job when you're older. Like, they're gonna look at your MySpace.
Good luck. Good luck finding that thing.
Yeah, find it.
Yeah, have fun.
Yeah, exactly. Good luck.
When you find it, send it to me because I want to see it.
Yeah, I want to hear our old songs. Over there. Shout out to What Boy for all the if you know, you know.
Have
What Boy for sure.
That Mac.
To it at the I do. Listen to it at the bachelor party.
We did.
We listened to it at the wedding.
We did the wedding too,
yeah. Yeah, we played
Tommy was a bit of a musician.
Yeah, DJ dropped it. Yeah.
Tommy was went on a little musician wave there for a bit. He made his own little CD and album.
We had was it a Justice League EP?
You did. You spent like when we were in like senior year of high school, you were chilling at home doing college classes, but also making audio tracks.
Yeah. And too bad if I would have had the apps today. I could have turned out a whole album like Thor over there.
Tom and I were just talking about that before you got on, how different like this channel could be in general if we were just like born later. Well, I had time. Of course.
If we were 25 right now,
yeah,
just like or like 22.
Yeah, I didn't have like a
all I had was like
wife or kids.
Yeah, just had college, and that was like literally all I had to do.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, this would be a whole different
production. Absolutely would be.
Hey, maybe one day we'll.
I was telling TJ just even some of the activities, like there are times where if you're 23, like it'd be kind of appropriate to spend all day like in spaces. Like, oh, what'd you do today? It's like I was in Twitter Spaces for like probably 4 or 5 hours today. Like when you're like, getting older, it's kind of like,
where do you get the time to do that?
Well, not only that, not only the time. It's just like I gotta like be like what'd you do today? It's like, oh, I played Roblox all day long. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Like how's that working out? You're like listening to people on Twitter, like you gotta do something else. You gotta get out there. You can't be doing that all day.
Yeah, touch some grass,
Yeah, touch some grass.
You got responsibilities, you got shit you gotta do, you know what I mean? You gotta go to the doctor, you gotta get your cholesterol taken, you're getting old as fuck.
Gotta get a blood test this week, actually.
Awesome. There you go. I haven't had a blood test since 1997.
There you go.
Nice. Yeah. Well, guys, I think we're gonna not dial it, but we'll wrap it up on the back end over here.
All right, hit it.
Oh, Justice League. What, boy?